I know I'm kind of feeling sick now. I'm beginning to realise why I can't actually get a girlfriend just to stay to me. It's a wake up call because this is me on a good day. As you can see, I'm gone bald. I actually look better now. My face, the bags, I can hide. What I do is I crunch up my eyes to hide the bags and also all the bloodshot eyes. You can't see them here and veins due to my chronic insomnia. So I actually forgot to mention the time. I actually got a bed sit in early May. The foreman of the boss at the time, I had to ask him for the sub, and he did give me a sub. I said, I said I'll pay you back out the next few wage packets, which I did. So I had to get the deposit. That was the sub for the bed sit. I picked it up in the north inner city. I was actually first there in the queue, but I have a habit of always being very early for everything, for nearly everything in my office now. Probably there at least 2 or 3 hours early. I walked down the road for a bit because there was nothing to do. Then I came back, there was another guy there. He said he was the first in the queue. I said nothing. I said I was going to say I really was first in the queue, but I suppose he was right. So we went in. He showed him the place. I got lucky. He said no, he wasn't interested. He didn't like it because it was too small and shabby. But it was good enough for me. I had the roof over me head to take on. So it was actually £14 at the time, which seems like nothing now, but it was £14. So I was paid the deposit, and I was paying now £14 a week rent in this place, which was okay. I couldn't still sleep obviously, but at least I had a roof over my head, and I bought this banger radio off one guy. I think it was for £5. It was rip out. It wasn't even worth 50p. You could just tune in 1 or 2 radio stations, like something from World War II, that the resistance would make up to pick up a radio station or something. But we got a place. Oh yeah, it was on my holidays in August, so I was off for 2 weeks. I think it was mainly corned beef sandwiches or cheese sandwiches or mostly sandwiches really. My diet wasn't great because I'm just not well, and I make soup or something, dip bread in it, and it tastes nice. And for August anyway, for some reason I decided I was going to move southbound again, near where I worked, and get a better place. And at around the same time in late August, my friend I think he was going to be evicted or something or whatever. He had ran out of money. He lost his job. Now at the time I had some money saved up for my new place. I could have given I could have paid for a few weeks rent. The reason why I didn't was because I needed every penny I had for myself. I wasn't being selfish, I just did. Look, I really kind of regret it. I didn't give him at least a week or two rent, but the problem was, but I would have been gone anyway, so I suppose it wouldn't make much of a difference. So I got a place out in Dunleary. This place was £20, but the view was amazing. The whole, bay, you could see everything. It was amazing, and for this time I had my own shower and a toilet and basin and a little kitchenette. So it was great, and the bed would fold in, and I got it. This was early September, so I was back to work obviously. And the weather was fairly dry at the time. Remember I told you, remember me that actually not a new foreman came. He was from South Dublin. Both of us ended up with tonsillitis. The dust was the whirl around, like whirlpools. That's not the proper name for it. And with the dust, and my throat was at me, and I was taking Lemsips or something to clear. And it actually worked. I went to my old GP by chance, and he said, "No, it's nearly cleared up." He charged me £5. I said, "I have no money, whatever," and I said, "That's okay." And then my foreman said, "Can you give us the name of the guys?" I don't know whether he was told the same or whatever. Just take an antiparacetamol. Maybe he was getting something a bit stronger. So in September the weather was still warm, but then in late September there was a few thunderstorms. Mid-September, let me late, and so they began to dampen down a bit, and the weather began to change. And we were all working outdoors. The weather, you being the heat, was very hot summer. Now it was getting colder, and it was getting more and more muddy. I actually bought my first pair of proper boots. I bought a pair of Doc Martens in September as well. I think they were £40 in the. I might be wrong now. Could be a bit more, a bit less. And I bought them in time because in October it was getting fairly muddy all the time. And actually the shoelaces just fell apart. I had to use the plumb line that the bricklayers use for the blocks because that's waterproof. So I was using that for shoelaces, and As I said, the weather was beginning to change quite quickly. From very hot to the normal weather you get in October, rain and a lot. And trying to think of other things I forgot to mention. Anything that I forgot to throw in? I still had chronic insomnia. I hadn't slept a wink day or night. I was working on a building site. Now, sometimes the average work week was a 55. Let me work at 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, 5 hours on a Saturday. 55-hour week. From 8 in the morning till 6 in the evening, and from 8 in the morning to 1 on a Saturday. And a few times we did a 70-hour. We'd work all day Saturday and all day Sunday. This was mostly September, October. There was a building site out in Bealworstown, and another building site out near Clonskea, I think. And we all worked on it. And some of the lads used to say to me when I was working on it, so you're going to sleep well today? I was just saying, no, I'm not. I never said I had chronic insomnia, but I couldn't sleep even with all this work. I was on no medication. People are going to say that's impossible. I'm telling you, I was burnt out from the exhaustion from not having slept and the hard work I had to do. So eventually, a new lad joined. He was only about 3 years older than me at the time. He was 19, I was 16. We got on well. I know his name, still remember, I'm not going to say it. But he was always getting paid more than me. But we used to put up things called acros to hold up the floors and the houses when they were putting blocks on in case they collapse. And I still done my other jobs as well. And eventually, I'm trying to remember something I haven't forgotten. It got colder. Then the first frost came, I think, in late November. The ground hardened up. It was all mud. It got icy. And then it was, I remember in early December sometime, it was snowing a bit. And I remember one instant we were all nearly fighting with each other. I have to speed this up. One evening, it was around late November, it was getting cold. Your man with the JCB had the lights on, we were working in the dark. The foreman was accusing me. I had looked outside the high plate, the whole bed is a high, from the top to the bottom. I was looking for a yard brush and I couldn't find it. Eventually he found it and gave it out to me. He said, that's my nickname. He said, yeah, I couldn't find it. I said, I searched everywhere. And then the other guy in the JCB, he got into an argument with him and he went to grab the sledgehammer and he's going to hit him. And we were all fighting, and then eventually we left that evening, and then the next day he had a laugh about the guy with the sledgehammer incidents, and that's it. So we're into December 1990. I'll probably have forgotten important parts. Let's just go. Anyway, thanks God. God bless. Bye everybody.